Hello everyone, the Victoria is here, and in this Inkscape video I'm going to show you how you can create a simple line drawing. We are going to create a vector graphic copy of Bernini's caricature of a man pointing. You can find the link for this image in the description below the video. But actually, how can we do this? In Inkscape, there are two tools that can help us out. The first is the pen tool, and the shortcut for it is the B key, since we can draw Bezier curves with it. And for example, um, let's say here this line. And before we start to draw, it's best to define the stroke. I mean, the fill is set to be none. The stroke has to be some nice color. Let's make it some dark green so it doesn't matches the drawing, and let's make it 3 pixels wide. And by the way, this document is 1080 pixel wide, and the height is equal that too, so I can post it into Instagram. So this is where with what we are going to draw. And let's just do some practice runs. So if I'm clicking and then holding down the left mouse button, a circle appears, and that is in fact sort of like a tangent of the line I'm going to draw. So if I release the mouse and I continue, then I can click and drag out another point. So I'm clicking, dragging, and if I hold down the shift key, then I can break this line. And now, as you can see, it continues with a different tangent, if you like. If I just click and release, then it creates a node, these dots here called the nodes, with no handles. These are the handles, which is describing our Bezier curve. And the last line, I can just put it like so. And there is this node tool. The shortcut key is the N. So if I made a mistake, then I can correct it with this node tool. The most important things about it that I can convert a node into a corner node. Actually, I don't quite understand why the handles didn't disappear. That's quite interesting. I don't quite understand that, but that's okay. And I can convert it to a smooth node, which means that it's going to generate some sort of curvy node. And we can make this symmetric, which is like a really great feature, because if I move around one of these handles, then the other one is moving too. And also I can make a node auto smooth, which means if I move this node itself around, it adjusts the handles automatically, so it generates a smooth curve beneath a node. So if I forget to click and drag, so I forget the drag part, I can make this anyhow I like. Yeah, you see, now it made it back to be handle-less node. So this, I think these two things works with two nodes selected. It's make the light straight, and this thing adds the curved handles back. There are some interesting thing here. Is show the clipping paths or show masks. If I had been defined previously a clipping path or some mask, then I could see the nodes of that too. And also there is a very interesting control here, show the transformation handles for selected nodes. It's cool because I can, if at least two nodes are selected, then I can uh, adjust by these transformation handles. This turns off the showing of the handle and show the path outline here in this button. And you can also insert new nodes, delete selected nodes, join selected nodes, and break apart. So let's say if I take this handle, I can break apart. And if I select these two things, I can join them. Yeah, so let's break them apart again. And this is join add nodes with a new segment. And this is delete the segment. So you can pretty much correct any error you have made along the road. So let's grab the pen tool and then let's start to draw this path. If I hit enter, that finishes the curve. So there is a slight error I made. So I can go back with the node editing tool. I'm using shortcuts because that is way faster. And now here we go. And one thing to mention is the ending. So we can make the joins and the ending rounds, and I think that is pretty nice. So I think the pen tool is best to use with the mouse. You can draw all sorts of lines with it very quickly. But if you have a digital tablet, a drawing tablet, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. I'm using Linux and I have a very basic Inkscape pen drawing tablet. I don't have a display tablet at all, but this works just fine. So the shortcut for the pencil tool is P. So let's grab that. And then you can, okay, let me just turn off the pressure sensitivity and let's go through the options. So let's quickly zoom in for a sec. And let's draw this line, let's say. So I'm just holding down. Let me turn off the snapping. And this line is a bit wobbly because my hand wasn't stable, but it's created a very nice line. So what kind of options do we have here? If I click on this one, this creates a spiral path. So you know what? Okay, let's create a spiral path. Then if I go to the path effects, as you can see, it's added a spiral spline path effects. If it doesn't, if you don't have that, you can open it with path effects, and that opens this. So if I remove it, I can get back my curve as if I were draw it in the normal mode, or this first mode, which is the regular Bezier path. If I choose this creates a B-spline. As you can see in the path effects, it's added a B-spline effect to it. And later, perhaps you can modify this, but if I remove it, it added this weird uh, Bezier path to it. So I don't really know what this does, but what is important to us, this is the pressure input. Then you cannot edit these things, because what it does is in fact adds a simplify effect to it to make sure to reduce the number of the nodes, and also adds a power stroke effect. And if I go back to the end tool, I can adjust these width handlers, so to speak. If I'm making the mistake, obviously I can adjust these two, and I can also adjust these handles. Obviously with Control D I can duplicate, no, sorry, Control click duplicates one, and I can add new ones. It's just I don't understand why can't I move it alongside the path, who knows. Yeah, for some strange reason it doesn't allow, but oh, what's going on here? But let's go back to the pencil tool now. And this is interesting because it says min pressure and maximum pressure. And it's kind of interesting because if I draw a line, let's say with really low pressure, and I really push it down, this is the maximum. I don't know if you were able to see that. And if I increase it to 100, then this is the maximum, and it's really hard to get a smaller path. And actually, adjusting the stroke width here, it doesn't affect this. At least I tried with, let's say, 20, and seems equally big as it was with less stroke. So let's go back to 30, and as you can see, it's pretty much same, even though I added the 20 pixel there. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to delete that. So these are the options for us. And actually, if I draw like here, really lightly touching this, and I can increase it here, this creates a pretty good line drawing, which I think perhaps more suited for this drawing. Because I think I can adjust the line width, and where the line is hardly visible, I can create a really thin line to it. The only, well, I don't think there is any disadvantage because if I go back here, so I made a mistake here. Please select this node, thank you. I can adjust these nodes just like if it were like a normal drawing. So yeah, there's that. And I think for this drawing, I'm going to use the pencil tool. Let me just, oh, I made a mistake here because all of my path is in layer 1, which they should be in layer 2. So I'm going to hide the text and I'm going to lock the image and I'm going to delete all of my tries here. Okay, with this delete and delete these two. I think I'm going to leave that in because that looks fine. And I think from then on with the pencil tool, as I mentioned, with the pressure sensitivity, I'm going to finish this drawing, but that is going to be a sped up video. And one other thing I would like to mention, if you add power stroke, then the fill color has to be changed for the object. And for this one, this will be the, I think I'm going to convert to path here, so I can only adjust the fill color of everything, because when I finished, I'm going to add this brownish color to the image, and I'm going to add some nice paper color to the image. And so let's start the time-lapse part. For some strange reason, I had a lot of crashes during the drawing. I don't quite understand why. So here is the final result, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.